What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I'm talking about something different. This is not going to be the usual art talk. I want to talk about astronomy. What? Yes, astronomy. Not astrology, astronomy. Okay? I'm not talking about the zodiac signs and what house. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about astronomy. Okay? Now, why I want to talk about that? Well, many people who know me know that I love science. I love science, science of all kinds, botany, zoology, just the study of nature and the environment. Just I've always been like that. Even since a little child, I've always been like that. What really captures my imagination, really, oh, excuse me, is astronomy. And for those who don't know what astronomy is simply the study of not just stars, although the word astro means star, but they have since broadened that definition to mean more than just stars. It's really the study of stars in other celestial bodies outside of the planet Earth. Okay? And what that really means is you have your Earth, which is not the center of the universe, despite what has been said for hundreds of years prior. You have the Earth, and you have the sciences that deal with just the Earth specifically. Then you have the sciences that deal with outside the Earth. You have, you deal with, this, study of different planets and the sun and the solar system as relates to the sun. The 8 planets around the sun. Yes, 8 planets, not 9, 8. Get over it. The 8 planets total around the sun, and then you have other stars. And do those stars have solar systems like ours? So stuff like that. And astronomy, the study, like I said, study of celestial bodies, it opens your mind up to such creativity just because of the sheer space, just the incomprehensible amount of space that is here that we call our universe. And then we talk about, there could be the existence of a multiverse, which I think is quite possible. I mean, if you think about it, there's never just one of something. We have plants, animals. You have multiple plants and multiple animals. People. Usually when the child is born, they think that everything started from the time that they were born. Then they realize there were people actually were here before them, and there were other people in other places across the world. Always their mind up to where if there's people and plants and animals on this planet, are there life? Is there life on other planets? Then you say, well, are there planets that look like Earth? Then you say, okay, well, do we have other solar systems? Is there an Earth-like planet? Is there like a planet like Earth that's the third planet from the sun of another solar system? Then you say, okay, we live in this galaxy. Well, are there other galaxies like us? Well, there are billions upon billions of galaxies in the universe that are larger and smaller and all that stuff, that have solar systems and star systems, all that stuff. Well, what about the universe? Well, the universe is expanding. It's expanding. It's getting larger. Wow. You have all these multi things. You have multiple universes, multiple planets, multiple stars, multiple suns. Everything is always multiple, but we only have one universe. So the idea would be is, well, are there multiple universes? Since there are multiple everything else, are there multiple universes? Are we the only universe? Or are we just a part of a multiverse? It's crazy. And that kind of thinking, and just the sheer scale, like when you hear about how far something is or how large something is, it just blows my mind. It just Most people who hear these things will probably get scared and walk away and run away from it. Me, when I hear these things, I actually want to know more. Like when you think about a light year, okay, it's the distance traveled in a year by light, and light travels at 186,000 miles per second. That's fast as crap. 186,000 miles per second. Then you take and say, okay, well, how far, how long would it take, or how far would light travel if a year, given a whole 365 and a quarter day, a light year, like 5.9 trillion miles, rounded off to 6 trillion, 6 trillion miles, 1,000 billion. That's a trillion. 1,000 billion. And he say 6 trillion miles. And 1 mile is 5,280 feet. You think about that. That's the distance that light travels in 1 year. 6 trillion miles. That's bonkers. Like that kind of stuff. And still, you have planets and stars that are like maybe 4 light years away or 20 light years away, which means that the light from that particular object may take a certain amount of time to reach here. So let's say, you have a star that's 4 light years away. Okay, 4 light years. That means 6 trillion, which is the distance that light travels in 1 year. 6 trillion miles times 4. That's 24 trillion miles that it would take from light from an object 4 light years away to reach us. Do you know how far? Look like this. I think it was NASA. NASA sent a satellite, well, not a satellite, but some kind of. For a second, I'm gonna call it a satellite. It sent a satellite to Pluto, right, from Earth to Pluto. It's the fastest object humans have ever made on the planet. And he sent it from Earth to Pluto. It reached Pluto in 2016. I forgot when in 2016. It reached 2016. Do you know when it was launched? 2006. The shuttle was launched in 2006. It just reached Pluto in 2016. That means it took that object 9 years to reach from Earth to Pluto. That's far. Now think about a light year, which is 6 trillion miles. I know from Earth to Pluto is maybe 4.6 billion miles. I think from Earth to Pluto is 4.6 billion miles. So imagine 4.6 billion miles, then light traveling 6 trillion miles in 1 year. It took the shuttle 9 years to travel 4.6 billion miles. Just the sheer scale of it, of space and astronomy, it just to me, it is one of the things that keep my imagination always going when it comes to my art. Because I know there are things that my brain can't fully comprehend. I can kind of grasp it, but it's like when you think about it, really just sit there, just like, wow, this is astronomical. It's beautiful. I love it. And that has always been a part of my mentality, my curiosity since I was a little child. I've been to the planetariums, like the Air and Space Museum. I'm born and raised in Washington, D.C., so there's an abundance of museums. One of the most famous museums on the planet is the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Okay? If you have a chance to, go. You have the planetarium there. You have the space shuttles there with the Apollo 11, all that stuff. You have the Wright brothers plane, all that stuff. And it shows you that these were the objects that travel into space. You have low Earth orbit, and then you have space. Okay? The International Space Station is Earth's orbit, low Earth orbit. The moon is space. The moon's like 250,000 miles from here. That's a lot. That is a lot. Just think about this. Mount Everest is 29,028 feet high above sea level. The moon from Earth is 250,000 miles away. That's to tell you something. The sun is on average, because sometimes it's close, sometimes it's farther, is 93 million miles from Earth. The sun, on average, 93 million miles away. Crazy. When you think about that, it's just beautiful. So, if ever you get a chance to, if you see some stars, go out there and just look out. Just go out there in the night sky, and just look up, and just look at the stars. Just think about how far they are. Just think about how far. It's like just. That's just something I want to throw that on y'all. Just want to rant a little bit. I catch you all later. Peace.